Welcome back everyone, Matthew here with CineGold, and today we're going to be checking out the best sci-fi movies on Netflix. Now this is always a tough list to narrow down as there's probably 30 to 40 good sci-fi movies on Netflix, but I took my best crack at it, so let's jump on in and take a look at number 10.
Any girl who is found assisting this kind of willful, disobedient behavior risks losing her placement. But if you turn yourself in now, you can still prove that you're a clean girl.
Number 10 is Level 16. It follows a group of students at an all-girls school who are trying to figure out what the heck is going on at their school because it's very mysterious and feels like a prison. Level 16 is a dark, dystopian sci-fi, not unlike 1984, where everyone is expected to be obedient and it always feels like someone is watching. This movie also has a lot of thriller elements like heavy tension and big twists. There's tons of psychology and parts of the story you're gonna be thinking about even when the movie ends. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you'll probably get a kick out of Level 16. Number 9 is the Korean-made post-apocalyptic sci-fi Snowpiercer. This is a unique film in that it takes place almost entirely on a moving train. A very unusual train at that because every human on Earth lives on it and it just circles around the now frozen world, endlessly keeping everyone alive. And just to be clear, I am talking about the 2013 movie starring Chris Evans instead of the 2020 Netflix series. They're both based on the same story, with the series obviously fleshing it out a little more, but personally I think the movie is better. So if you have it in your region, check it out first, but if you only have access to the series, it's definitely not a bad alternative. Number 8 is Space Sweepers. This movie follows a crew of space junk collectors who find a human-like robot and they discover that she could be quite valuable if they sell her to the right people. This is another Korean film that is more of a fun, action-adventure style sci-fi, sort of like Star Wars or maybe even the anime series Cowboy Bebop. Like I said, it is a Korean movie, but it actually feels like a Hollywood movie with some awesome CGI visuals and huge explosive action scenes. It's honestly a pretty solid hidden gem on Netflix. I'm surprised I don't hear about Space Sweepers more often. It's definitely a worthwhile watch if you're in the mood for something fun.
How are you unaffected by the contagion outside?
Who put that in your head?
At number 7 is the Australian-made I Am Mother. This movie is about a girl who lives in a bunker and is raised by a robot, as she is the last human on Earth. Or so she thinks, because things start to get kind of weird when a stranger shows up at the door. This is a sci-fi thriller that is very suspenseful and very entertaining. There are twists and turns, and you'll never really know who is trustworthy and who is a liar. If mystery, suspense, and a plot that'll have your brain running in 10 different directions sounds like your kind of thing, then I Am Mother is a very solid bet.
For 3 decades, the Child Allocation Bureau has combated catastrophic overpopulation.
Number 6, What Happened to Monday? This film takes place in a world that is overpopulated and families are allowed to have only one child. But when a group of identical septuplets are born, they must live their lives being hunted by the government who is out to kill them. All 7 sisters are named Monday through Sunday for the 7 days of the week, and all are played by talented actress Noomi Rapace. What Happened to Monday has got a lot of action thriller in its DNA, being more or less a game of cat and mouse between the sisters and the government. The thrilling chases and creative story make this an exciting and fun Netflix original that should not be missed.
I need your permission to operate independently.
Permission granted!
Thank you.
Number 5, Upgrade. A man is paralyzed and his wife is killed after a brutal robbery, but the man is given a second chance and possibly a shot at revenge when an inventor offers him an implant that not only restores but enhances his body. Upgrade was released in 2018, and despite a small budget and almost no marketing, has managed to become a huge underground hit. One of the reasons is, despite lacking a big budget, it still looks incredible and doesn't feel low budget in any way. It manages to do nearly everything right too, with an awesome script, epic action, great soundtrack, and solid acting. There's a lot I could say about this film. I could go on and on, but all you really need to know is that it's an amazing film and no doubt one of the must-see sci-fis of the 2010s. Before we continue to the top 4, I just want to say I know a lot of people are watching this and thinking, damn, that movie looks awesome. I really want to watch it, but it's not my region. I want to point out that it actually is in your region. It's in every region. It's just hidden depending on what country you live in. But there is a really easy way you can unhide it. It's using a VPN. And I know a VPN can sound a little sci-fi, but they're actually really easy to use. You just pick a different country from the list and turn it on. After you refresh or restart Netflix, all the movies are changed to the movies available in that region. And I know the thought of paying a little more is kind of annoying, but I find it very much worth it. There's just way more movies and you're not bummed out. See, half the world is watching Dune, but it's not available in your country. If you're interested, I put a link to ExpressVPN down in the description below, which is my favorite VPN because it's the only one that's available on virtually every device. All right, enough of that, on to number 4. At number 4 is Spectral. This is a sci-fi action thriller that follows a special ops team that is assigned to eliminate a supernatural threat. Spectral is actually one of the older Netflix original sci-fis on the platform, but it still remains one of the best. It feels a lot like a war film with tons of great action scenes. It's one of the more unique films you'll find too, due to the fact that it blends a lot of different genres together. It actually had a pretty big budget, and you can definitely sense that because it feels like something you would usually go see in a theater. This is the highest Netflix original I have on this list. It's been around for a while, but it's still very much worth recommending and definitely a must-see for all science fiction fans.
I'm human. What are you? Oh my god.
Number 3, Arrival. When mysterious ships start to appear around the world, a linguist is sent out to attempt mankind's first communication with it. Arrival is directed by Denis Villeneuve, who is pretty much the modern sci-fi guru, having also directed Blade Runner 2049 and Dune. I've mentioned Arrival a few times on my channel before, and I always get a few comments of people saying this film is so boring, how could you possibly recommend it? And I get that. If you're going in expecting a lot of action, you're probably gonna be disappointed. That's because Arrival is a thinking man sci-fi that offers a cerebral and thought-provoking examination on the nature of language. So if you don't mind the leisurely pace and you're down to see one of the best thinker sci-fi films that's been released in ages, you'll be hard-pressed to find a better film than for a repeat. Before we get to number 1, real quick, I want to mention Rebel Moon. This is an upcoming science fiction directed by Zack Snyder, who's known for 300 and numerous DC movies. This is shaping up to be the next big sci-fi release on Netflix, and it's coming out in December, so depending on when you watch this, it may or may not be out. If you are watching this from the future, welcome. How's the world getting along in the future? And more importantly, how did Rebel Moon turn out? Did it live up to the expectations? Let me know in the comments.
The Emperor asks us to bring peace to Arrakis. House Atreides accepts.
And the number 1 best sci-fi movie on Netflix is Dune. The Atreides family moves to the desert planet of Arrakis, where they will rule and control the most precious asset in the universe, spice. Like Arrival, Dune is also directed by Villeneuve, and he does the unthinkable here and adapts one of the greatest science fiction books in history into an epic and worthy film. Wow is the best word I can use to describe it. It's got everything that makes a great sci-fi: jaw-dropping visuals, a great story, a huge budget, an unbelievable cast. The only downside is that it ends quite suddenly because it's really only the first half of one really long movie, and we can finally put the whole thing together. Dune is without a doubt a science fiction masterpiece. Let me know in the comments what other sci-fi movies you think are worth a watch on Netflix. Also, you can check out this video for 5 more sci-fi movies on Netflix. That's it for today, everybody. See you soon.